Hello everyone, White Mage Serenia here. Here recently my PlayStation 3 has been giving me a bit of an issue here. Alright, as we can see we have Little Big Planet here. And sometimes when I play the game, certain colors don't display properly, such as my character's purple hair that it'll sometimes be solid white. Other times there's splotches of color here and there, and as you can see on the planet there's like a little small blinking light. And sometimes like you saw there, the coloration just goes weird, like with the lighting and such. I honestly don't know what might be causing this. It gets worse in some of the other games that I show. As you can see, some of the coloration's kind of faded there too. Now see, there's like a unless those splotches are, yeah, I think those splotches are supposed to be on there over there on the moon. But yeah, then there's this little weird mark on the planet. I don't know what that is. It might be part of the game. I'm not sure. But there's Little Big Planet doesn't really glitch as bad as other games that I have, so I don't know really what's going on with that. The weird thing of it is a lot of the problems that I would have seem to be pointing to a failing, a burned-out graphics chip in my PlayStation 3. But the thing of that is if it was a failing graphics chip, wouldn't I be having problems with games, just not other games too, like PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1? See, this is what I'm not understanding. Now, as you're looking at here, see, I think there's actually a spike effect coming out of those ears. I don't remember that being there before. But, yeah. The Little Big Planet, not exactly the best example. Now, like I said, I'm only getting these graphical glitches on my PlayStation 3 games. It doesn't do it on PlayStation 2 games. It doesn't do it on PlayStation 1 games. And for the record, I have a 60GB PlayStation 3 with the backwards compatibility. And it didn't start giving me problems until here about a month ago. It didn't really seem all that big a deal at the time, because I don't really play my PlayStation 3 games all that much. But still, I'm really wanting to get this issue resolved. It's been in the back of my mind for a while now. I recently, I haven't taken it apart yet, because I'm not entirely sure if it's under warranty, and I don't want to risk voiding it. But I have cleaned it as best I could, like, got some of the dust and things out with like a small fan and whatnot. Alright, now Street Fighter 4 is where I have a lot more noticeable problems. First up, we'll show off Akuma versus Seth in the training mode. This is where I start noticing a lot of graphical issues, such as characters spiking, some of their textures smearing and messing up, things of that nature. It looks fine at first, but when I crouch, see that? Akuma's foot and elbow mess up, and he gets this sort of spike effect coming out of his toe. Now let's show. It also really messes up when I use both versions of the Shungoku Satsu, or Raging Demon, I think it's called in this version. As you can see, Seth's legs there are messing up already, sort of glowing when they're not supposed to be. You can kind of see the spikes a bit more prominent now. See his legs there? They're not supposed to be like that. And to make it even, to prove the point even further, is coming up in the next couple of seconds here. The next Shungoku Satsu. Or, yeah, right there. Now his legs are pitch black. So the textures are messing up here a bit more worse there. See there? See his legs? Alright, now let's show off a little bit with Zangief. Show you some of the graphic glitches he gets. He's getting, his are a bit more prominent, I think. Since he's bigger, you can tell, you can see the spikes a bit more clearly. It usually only does it after I do like a super move or a special move. I don't know really what causes it. I did a lot more testing before this, and I don't think it's an overheating problem, to be honest, because it'll do this even after I freshly turned it on. But now the thing of this is, like I said, I can play PlayStation 2 in one game without a problem. Your eyes are bloodshot, Dad. Yeah? Okay.
Laying that far from your mommy's head.
Oh, what? Now, as you can see, his arms were kind of spiking there. Sorry about that little interruption. That was my dad. Anyways, now this is where the biggest problem I'm having is coming from. I cannot play this game at all anymore. It'll load in just fine, as you're going to see, but when it actually gets into the game, the graphics just explode. Like, literally explode. You'll see. You'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, skip all that crap. Come on. Probably should have edited that out like I've edited the rest of this stuff out. Oh well. I got it under 10 minutes. Well, actually, I got it right at 10 minutes or so that's alright. Now, like, I didn't actually show this, but I don't have any problems with Tekken 5, and I don't have any problems with, Mega Man 9 or Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. It's generally just the more graphics-intensive ones. And I didn't even know what I clicked there, and apparently I went to the song creator. And see, it's just unplayable. I cannot... The menus are completely screwed up. The graphics are just like that. I mean, there you go. That's what it's doing. Now, the thing of it is, okay, is it's only messing up on my PlayStation 3 games. I can play DVDs, I can play PlayStation 2 games just fine, I can play PlayStation 1 games just fine. I did demonstrate a PlayStation 1 game and how it's running just fine, but I edited that out in interest of time. Now, I really don't know what's causing it. Like I said, and in Metal Gear Solid 4, actually, I didn't demonstrate that at all, but... Like I said, I don't have any problems with Final Fantasy XI or any of my PlayStation 2 games. And in Metal Gear Solid 4, some of the textures are kind of blinking or not loading properly. Sometimes they'll flash or something. And I honestly, it only started doing this, like I said, about a month ago, and I just didn't really think much of it back then. But it's been at the back of my mind that I've been trying off and on to fix it, but I just can't. I'm actually going to call Sony later today and see what they think, but sadly I don't think my PS3 is under warranty anymore, so chances are they're going to... I don't even know anymore. It feels like it's a Blu-ray disc read error, but at the same time I'm having trouble with Warhawk. Some of the textures there will blink or not load properly, so I don't know what would be causing that. I don't think it's a graphics chip problem either, because... Correct me if I'm wrong, but if it was a graphics chip problem, wouldn't I be having troubles with games other than PlayStation 3 games? Like, I really wish I would have had a Blu-ray movie to test it with, but sadly I do not. All I have is my games, and it's, yeah, I don't know what's going on. Hopefully I can get this fixed, whatever's the problem is. I actually downloaded an update today for the firmware, thinking that it might have been a software issue, but after the update finished, I noticed that my background picture had vanished, and I had like 8 or 9 white dots randomly across the screen, and my system had frozen. And when I reset it manually by holding in the power button, or the power strip, or whatever the heck you want to call it, you know, where you get 2 beeps and it manually resets itself, I turned it back on and the picture was still frozen. The menus were moving, you could hear the sound, but you could not, the picture wasn't moving. I actually had to flip the system off in the back and turn it back on that way, and it started working properly again, aside from the graphics issues that I demonstrated earlier. Now, on Little Big Planet, I actually did have a worse graphical glitch earlier when I was testing it out earlier. I really wish that I would have captured those on film, but I did not. The error that I was getting in Little Big Planet before was the icons were gone and the colors were completely messed up. There was no graphical problem per se, just the colors were messed up. Now, obviously this is Final Fantasy XII, and I edited the intro out a little bit, but there are no graphical glitches in the game here, as you can see. It runs just fine, it looks great. I don't have any problems at all with my older games. It's only my PlayStation 3 games that are giving me a problem. And it's only, it's mostly my disc-based games that are doing this, because the only non-disc-based one that I know of that is giving me problem is Warhawk. All the other ones seem to run fine. I don't really know what's going on. Hopefully it's not something that's going to cost me a lot to fix. Hopefully I can get it taken care of when I call Sony today. Anyway.